This is MarginX, a completely decentralized crypto exchange where you hold custody of your crypto at all times. That means you don't lose access to your funds if an exchange collapses. It also includes features that provide a better experience for all users. But first, I gotta guilt trip you into engaging with this video. Would you help a dog shelter? I know I would. That's why this video has been sponsored by MarginX, and all proceeds have been sent to Pack Sanctuary, an animal shelter in Taiwan. You don't have to make any type of donation, but if you want to support this video by hitting the like button and watching the entire video, that would be awesome. Now with that out of the way, let's chat with the MarginX team.
My name is Shin. My full name is actually Chin Shin Liang, but I spent 10 years in the UK, so people have problem pronouncing my other name. So I ended up calling myself Shin this, which is actually the first word of my first name. I actually did my PhD degree at Cambridge in physics, and I started off doing a lot of other things like data science, and I ended up doing blockchain because I think blockchain is the future. So now I'm working with Danny on a project called MarginX.
My name is Danny, and just like Shin, I also a PhD, but I'm at law, and I spent almost 10 years in China. I have some experience in blockchain projects as well. So I previously I co-founded there's one crypto payment project called PundiX, and then after a while, then we realized there's some more pain points on the blockchain industry, such as the TPS, such as the transparency, and then the trading. So we are thinking probably we can do something above or beyond payment, and then we were thinking probably decentralized exchange is one of the new things that can make things more profound and more transparent on chain, and that's how we met and we started this MarginX decentralized exchange infrastructures together, and we are honored, to share whatever we have built so far with you guys.
So could you tell me more about MarginX and how that works?
Sure, yeah. MarginX is a decentralized exchange, but we're proud to say that it's a DEX that's none other that you see. It's nothing like any DEX you see out there. Let me start by saying that a lot of DEXs out there, they say DEX, but actually an exchange consists of many different components. And these days, whenever we decentralize any one of those components, you call yourself a DEX. But at MarginX, we are a bit of a purist, to the Satoshi ideals. We kind of want to decentralize at every possible level that we can see. So at MarginX, we have a decentralized or on-chain order book. We have an on-chain fund settlement. We have on-chain order matching systems, and we use as a non-custodial wallets as well. And we also built this whole exchange in a community-based kind of exchange. What I mean by that is that everyone gets to take part in it. You get to take part of the profit in it. You get to vote to decide where this exchange is going to go as well. So it's really a project that's for the communities. And so we're really excited by this because I think when people go into blockchain and when people think about DeFi, I think that's what they initially have in mind, what a DEX should look like.
Yeah. So on top of Shin's descriptions of how MarginX is, so MarginX, I think the key, from at least from my perspective, right? So I think the key of MarginX is we want to decentralize every bit of the exchange. So not only from the order cancellations, order creations, even the fund transfer, even the order matching, even the liquidations, or even the funding rate settlements. So we want to do it on purely on chain, and in order to do that, so I think we move beyond a DEX itself, a decentralized exchange itself, but actually it's an infrastructure. So normally when we talk about DEX, right, it's a DApp, or a smart contract that we put the peer-to-peer tradings like buyer and sellers together. But on MarginX is actually a blockchain itself. So and then in order to cater or suffice the requirement of high throughput, so the infrastructures of MarginX is different. So basically we are using these subnets. So for example, it's one chain, it's one pair. So for example, you see Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? So they are running on the isolated chain itself. So the transactions on Bitcoin won't really affect Ethereum. So the idea is being I think MarginX has launched like 10 days ago. So right now every day each chain has produced like 2 millions of transactions. 2 millions. So like 3 chains will be 6 million and 5 chain will be 10 million. So so imagine if you put everything on same chain or single chain, you can imagine how congested it will be, right? So so I think this is something one of first of kind. Then we want to, in order to be able to maintain as transparent as possible, but at the same time to cater for the high throughput transactions requirements. So I think this is MarginX, a first of a kind, fully transparent, decentralized exchange infrastructures itself, a DApp itself. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think one of the reasons why a lot of DEXs out there can't do what we do is because when we embark on this journey, we realize it's not a trivial task, right? So we realized that actually to get a fully decentralized exchange with the high throughput, the scalability that we have with MarginX, and the transparency that we have, we actually have to take on a new challenge, build this on a multi-chain architecture, do a lot of technical tweaks here and there. So it took us quite a bit of effort and time as well to reach where we are today.
And if all of these transactions are happening on chain, what kind of like fee structure is happening for like any of these transactions?
So the current fees that we have right now, the gas fees is really low. We're proud to say we can get the gas fee down to 0.0. I always forget the number of zeros we have there.
403. 0.00003.
Yes.
So
that's the gas fee that we're charging.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the trading fees is at it's only 4 bips, 0.04%.
And so and then basically if you are doing the referral stuff, so I think you can get like more discount. So but that really depends on the discount level or the NFT, our memberships level. So so basically the highest, the fees, the maximum fees you need to pay in trading fees is 4 bips, 0.04%. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
so
already
basically
lower than any of the major crypto exchanges.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially for retail, I guess. Yeah.
And that's only made possible if, as Dan mentioned, we do it actually. We actually build an infrastructure instead of like building on a single Ethereum chain. Then the fee is going to go really high.
Oh yeah, and all the transactions, there is no MarginX coin. All of this happens with the function X token.
Yeah, we said you're absolutely spot on. That we don't have our own coins. So it will be we build our infrastructure on an FX core, and fees can be paid in USDT or it can be paid in the
Stable
FX
coins.
core's native coins.
Stable,
FX.
and stable coins as well. So no issues of governance token, but we do have our NFT systems for the membership system.
Okay, so to sum up so far, we got low fees, we got fully decentralized, and we have a more robust ecosystem for a decentralized order book and order matching. Now, does that kind of sum up everything accurately so far?
Yep.
Yep, I would say.
Okay.
Yes.
So I would love to learn more about the process, but at the moment, MarginX has been out for 10 days. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yes, right.
Oh,
10 days.
okay. It looks fantastic for 10 days then. So I was trying to use it, and I just want to kind of get like an overview of how someone would get involved with MarginX. They would need the function X wallet. They would need to load it up with USDT on ERC20, and they would have to bridge it over to the function X chain, and then they would be able to start using MarginX. Does that sum that up correctly?
That's correct. Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. Will there be any future plans of EVM compatibility so people could use like MetaMask wallets, or would they have to strictly use the FX wallet?
So to answer your questions, yes, actually, okay, we want to build this. Okay, actually, MarginX is a chain, like I say. MarginX chain itself is EVM compatible. It's just we haven't like really enabled that switch yet. So to answer your questions in short, yeah. So EVM, we will enable that EVM compatible switch in a later stage, but at the moment, I think we want to build the basic or native functions such as order book staff and then the user experience stuff, and even the wallet connects issues. So these are, I think, our primary things. And for the MetaMask integrations or the EVM integrations is obviously in our roadmap.
Awesome, because yeah, so many people already use it. Having these extra wallets is a lot of work. I still do it to experience these other ecosystems, but there is that that hurdle people have to get over to start a new wallet, back everything up. Yeah.
Okay,
So I'd love to know more about like how you guys are going to grow the ecosystem. Like, where is this liquidity coming from?
Sure, I think there's a lot of work ahead of us. I mean, we've got the infrastructure in, and the next few steps that we want to do is really to grow its to get it into the community, to get more people to know about us, and get people to use it. One of the first things that we will be doing is that we have actually managed to ask for submit a proposal to the FX community to get 2 million FX as an incentive program to incentivize the makers, maker trades, taker trades, and as well as people who actually deposits their money into their FX core wallet. So we hope that this will be our first steps to get people to come in to experience firsthand what MarginX is like. And obviously we'll have a lot of other programs as well to encourage people to come in. You yourself mentioned as well, it's in our roadmap that we want to connect to wallets such as MetaMask, which has a wider audience as well. Yeah, Danny.
Oh yeah, and then apart from this, so basically, from a user journey. So firstly, we need to attract user. Then after that, when user gets to our ecosystem, then we want to provide a centralized exchange experience, a like experience, right? So basically, the order book needs to be in depth, so users can really transact or even or really make or sell their orders, right? So for the user side, we actually like I mentioned before, so we actually have our NFT system. So that NFT will be as a referral. So for example, if you wants to comes to I refer you as a users come into MarginX. So as a referee, as a referral, then I can get some a cut from your from the people I refer to the trading fee. So that means that I have the incentive to invite as many as people to come over MarginX under my NFT level. So when I let's say invite 10 people, so my rebate rate let's say is 10%. Then if I above to 20 people, then the rebate rate will goes up to 15%, let's say. So this is, I think, something the efforts we want to put in to attract more users through the NFT referral system.
That's right. We actually have a referral system. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean we want to build the market depth and as well. We want to do the user growth perspective as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just very interesting that the referral system, like, yeah, it's decentralized, it's represented as an NFT. Since it is represented as an NFT, that means I would be able to trade that as well.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
it's
very
your token.
interesting.
Yes, your token, your membership is your call.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I think the NFT referral system is quite unique as well in industry, because it sort of represents your unique identity within the small trading ecosystem.
And we want to do more, like, not only the referral has its own NFT, the traders also has its NFT. So for example, if you trade above $1 million, you have like one set of NFT. If you trade above 10 million, if you trade above 100 million, then the NFT level will be different. And I mean, I don't know whether you guys are familiar with the traditional market setup. So if I'm the traders, my borrowing rate from banks actually is lower. So because my credential is better.
Yeah.
So I mean that obviously it's a bit too early, but I think in the future we want to craft our NFTs with these functionalities and connect with other lending protocol or even swaps or even other NFTs markets.
Correct. I think our vision is like this NFT could potentially, in the longer run, could be sort of like the your credit rating in the DeFi world, so to speak, right? Like, because it makes a lot of sense. Like, if you have, let's say you're a tier 1 customer at Binance, and then you're a tier 1 customer in FTX, and so on and so forth, it makes sense that it doesn't make sense that you are treated as two different two different traders, right? So if you trade a lot in one of these exchanges out there, you should be considered as one of our premium traders, and you should be recognized as such no matter which exchange you go to. And that NFT, I mean, again, our vision is that NFT can serve as like a credit rating for you to go essentially go anywhere within the DeFi space and tell you that, you know what, you are a credible trader with lots of trade volumes. Let's start you off not from zero, but start you off somewhere where you should be, tier 1 or tier 2, and so on and so forth.
That's awesome. I haven't seen that in any other platform. That's very unique with the NFT system. But I'd also love to learn about the trading pairs, like what for people to get involved. Will there be new trading pairs? When can they launch? What kind of system is integrated to start adding them? Is that like a DAO thing where people have to vote what gets added?
Yeah, sure. I think you're absolutely spot on that one. So you might already know if you play with it that we currently only have a few pairs, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and FX on it. And you're absolutely right that we envision it to be a bit like a DAO where the community can vote for what kind of pair should be on there. Not only that, because of the way we have built up this MarginX, the community can think of some sort of smart contract compatible kind of product, such as insurance or copy strategy trade, and that can be put on to MarginX to be traded as well. So we are still in early stages, and we really hope that the community comes in to play with us and makes it flourish, and we add in. As we promised you that it should be a fully decentralized DEX, so which means that the pair should grow in tandem with the community's desire, what kind of trade pairs they want it there. So that's our vision for it.
Yeah, and then I want to add on Shin's part is, I mean, it's from a technical perspective. So remember just now I mentioned actually one chain is one pair, right? So a blockchain means you need to have validators nodes, right? So I mean, MarginX for every pair there's like several validator nodes to be supporting on. So what are the differences? When we say fully decentralized, it also means that once the governance voting is gone through, like say we want to list ABC tokens pair, for example. So basically it's just not us, but the validators, they need to update. So the validators can actually choose if I want to support this chain or this pair. So if, let's say the governance voting vote is gone through, but the validators, they just don't want to, they just like, I don't like this pair. So I mean, they can do that. It's just they will skip this part, like skip this pair, that they won't be able to validate the transaction. So from the setup itself is, even from the blockchain sides, the backend sides, is on the blockchain, and and even the decisions part, the voting part will be on chain as well. So to answer your questions, adding a pair is, I would say, it is a pretty long process. Unlike central exchange say I want to do this, then I just write a code, then the pair is a pair. But on our side, you need a voting period, and then you need the validators to update the code, and then their validator node as well.
Just to recap, to get new trading pairs, that is going to go up to a vote for a voting period. To get new users, there is going to be some incentive programs, and that should start fueling more like trading pairs, liquidity, and users to the platform. Do you guys have plans to partner with any type of liquidity aggregators in the DeFi space to start getting some large amounts of liquidity?
We are open basically, but at the moment we don't have like a particular partnership like to come in to provide the liquidity with us. As we mentioned earlier, we rely that on the incentive plans that we want to put forth. But we are all ears to any kind of partnership that comes in our way. We are still in our early stages.
Yeah. But
Okay.
the thing is that some of the market makers, because external market makers, we incentivize them to win.
Correct.
I guess they probably plug into like some centralized exchange network. So then I believe once our incentivized program is out, and then there will be more external market makers who wants to come work with us. And then if let's say we work with Wintermill or Chronos, right? I mean, they themselves actually plug into a huge chunk of that liquidity pool. So yeah, so the idea is we want to work with them and then let them bring in the liquidity. So we just as the the platform, the technical solution provider in this case.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's awesome. Looking forward to that. So I think that's like all the questions I have. Are there any socials people can follow you on?
I don't know whether I can do this. Like, you can follow us on Twitter right here, and it will magically appear down here.
So on Twitter, Discord, and even on our forum. Yeah.
And you made it to the end of the interview. Thanks for watching the entire thing. I appreciate that. If you hit that like button too, awesome. If you want to learn more about MarginX, links are in the description. And with that, I hope you got your full value for today.